The courtroom smelled like disinfectant and old paper. She leaned close and whispered it like a promise. She will take everything. Her lips barely moved. The wife I once trusted smiled at the judge like a saint rehearsing for sainthood. Her hand rested on her lawyer's arm, possession disguised as affection. I sat very still. Stillness is a discipline. You don't flinch when the blade touches skin. You breathe. You measure. The judge cleared his throat. Papers shuffled. Somewhere behind me, a cough echoed like a warning. I felt nothing. That scared me more than rage ever could. She glanced back once, quick, sharp, checking if I was already broken. She expected tears, collapse, begging. I gave her silence. Inside, something rearranged itself. Not shattered, aligned. I thought of the box she'd promised me. Cardboard walls, poverty, erasure. I imagined my name reduced to a footnote in her victory speech. I nodded to myself. Proceed. It didn't start with betrayal. It started with certainty. She was too calm, too prepared. She spoke about my future like she'd already lived it, every sentence sharpened by rehearsals I wasn't invited to. "You'll be fine," she'd said weeks earlier, packing documents into color-coded folders. "We'll be fair." Fair is a word people use before they steal. Then came the distance, the late nights, the private calls that ended when I entered the room, the way she started correcting my memories, small things first. "You never said that. That's not how it happened. You're imagining things." Gaslighting isn't fire, it's frost. You don't notice until everything inside you stops moving. I found the draft settlement by accident, or maybe she wanted me to. Pages detailing my disappearance, financial, social, emotional. She would take the house, the accounts, my reputation. I would take the box. She didn't see betrayal as cruelty. She saw it as efficiency. That night, lying beside her, listening to her breathing, I realized something terrifying. She didn't hate me. She had already erased me. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for the desperate. I became polite, predictable, defeated, and I started counting. Accounts, shell companies, transfers that didn't align with her salary. A lawyer doesn't miss patterns unless they don't want to. So I wanted to. I watched her lawyer's name surface again and again, not just professionally. Restaurants, hotels, weekends that aligned too neatly with work trips. I did nothing obvious. I drank water. I slept. I listened. Then I asked for a meeting. Her lawyer suggested drinks, casual, professional. I said yes. Confidence unsettles predators. They prefer panic. She watched me over the rim of her glass, sharp eyes, curious smile. "You're calmer than most," she said. "I like clarity," I replied. We talked about law, strategy, human weakness. I didn't accuse. I didn't plead. I told her my wife wanted blood. The lawyer smiled. "I prefer revenge," she said. That was the moment. Not when she leaned closer, not when she touched my wrist, when she realized my wife had underestimated me. Court day arrived dressed like a funeral. My wife's confidence was radiant. Her lawyer avoided my eyes. I stood when instructed, spoke when spoken to. Then her lawyer rose. She smiled, not at my wife, at me. She handed me the house keys. The courtroom murmured. "I'm firing you as a client," she said, voice steady, effective immediately. My wife laughed, too loudly. Then the documents hit the desk. Evidence, affairs, hidden accounts, conflicts of interest. Her lawyer had chosen a better enemy. My wife's face drained, color fleeing like guilt. She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. I didn't look at her. I already knew the sound of collapse. She fainted in the stand. The paramedics rushed in. The judge called recess. I stayed seated. Power doesn't rush to fallen enemies.
Days later, my phone rang. My daughter-in-law's voice was sharp with contempt. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I smiled. "Enjoy," I said. I sent nothing else. A week later, she saw the photos. The villa, the mountains, the quiet. Switzerland doesn't forgive noise. My phone rang 71 times. I didn't answer. Silence is the final verdict. I think about her sometimes, not with anger, with distance. She wanted everything. She lost the only thing she couldn't replace: control. I learned something essential. Love isn't the opposite of betrayal. Blindness is. I don't live in a box. I live above the clouds. And she lives with the truth she tried to bury. That's enough.